Hello farmers, welcome back to East Vineland, down here at the store once again because an unexpected purchase has arrived. Well, it's not arrived yet, still inside the store, but we're buying something to start off right away because I don't want it to disappear on the sales page. If we go into here, look at this thing. Look at this sugar beet cutter that we could definitely go ahead and use. It'll hold 211,000 liters. That's pretty good. One slight problem is it requires 400 horsepower to run. Our TA is 358, I believe it is. It might be able to run it, might not be able to run it, but we can always upgrade the engine in the T8. How much is this going to go for? Well, 67,319. You might be thinking that's a lot of cash, but when it's... Oh, wait, before I buy it, how much is that? 60% off. So that is pretty darn good. Let's go ahead here, and yes, we want to buy that. But we're going to get a lot of that money back because we have our own sugar beet cutter that, well, we used 1 year. And this one right here, it wasn't a bad one. No, if we go into our trailers here. So this one holds 30,000 liters, which isn't bad. But for the amount of sugar beet I got last year, you know, over 750,000 liters, that's a lot of trips back and forth from a field to the plant. So, I mean, that's going to be what, 3, 6, 7? That one over there will hold 7 times as much as this one did. But did you see how much we can get for this one? Where's the trigger for? There it is. Right here. So we're going to get $42,000 by selling this trailer right here. So basically, for under $30,000, we bought that trailer over there. How nice is that? We don't need to repair it. It's in good condition. We just want to go ahead and sell that. Make sure we're selling that because I do have the Mac Anthem. I keep saying Mac Anthem. It just like rolls off my tongue from ATS. But this is down here because I want to be able to put down the bale barn today. And I need $150,000 for that. So we got the diesel fuel. We got about 14,000 liters. Let's go ahead and sell. Okay, I said sell. There we go. Oh yeah, the engine's got to be running for you to be able to sell it. That's always helpful. So that's going to get us up to 117,000. That's not too bad. The Mack truck can sit right here with the tanker. We don't really need that. I did top off our diesel tank in the yard, so that's got 5,000 liters back into it. I actually used about 1,500 liters of diesel since I put the fuel in there, so that's quite a bit. But now I want to bring this this beast back to the yard. And for right now, I think it's going to be sitting outside. I think it will fit in the big shed way out back. I don't know if it will or if it won't. But right now, it's just going to sit in the yard. We will be using this when the sugar beet harvest comes. And let's see how the TA pulls it. I mean, it's not too bad, but the main thing is going to be when it comes time to cut up the sugar beet. I better put my beacons on going up the road because this thing is huge. I have never used one of these trailers before. This is basically a grain cart converted over to the mod of the sugar beet cutter pack. And that's what we need to do. We need to take our sugar beet and, of course, cut it on up to put it into the fuel refinery. So I've been a busy farmer in between episodes. You saw me take the contract for harvesting oats in that field. I forgot what field it was. I decided to take a couple more in the month of June, so I did that. And with our fields not being ready, I figured, well, let's go to the month of July, which is where we're at. And as you can already see to the right, our grass field, I've taken care of that with the Big M. And I had the T8 follow behind with a baler, and I had the Kloss with the baling wrapper. That's the setup I kind of went with. Because I figured, you know what? If the baler can't quite pick up the swath all the way going one certain direction, no sense of having it behind the Big M because it slows me down. And I had use of old tractors anyways. I've also done a couple of other contracts as well this month. I did a grass contract over in field 105, which I have not completed. The bales are all wrapped. They're ready to go. I just haven't picked them on up and brought them over to, I think it's going to I'll Take It, which is a sale point in the south. So we've got to bring some bales down there, and then we'll get a whole bunch of sideless bales to put in our bales shed, that bale barn I actually should be calling, because that's really what I really want today, is that. Alright, so I need to move some stuff around. This grass field here that needs to be mowed today. Maybe not this episode, but we're going to try to. So I think since I got straw bales already on the baling trailer, I must go ahead and do the contract. You may have saw the combine down by the store. We got a field contract to do, so let's go ahead and grab this lovely thing. We'll bring this down. I kind of had it set up ready to go to cut the grass, but I can kind of wait on that for a moment. So I do have a good bunch of straw bales to sell if we need to. But yeah, we need to get to $150,000 today, this episode, to be able to put down the bale shed, so I can start putting some bales away. Now, we're not going to be able to put all the bales away. The bales we cannot put away are the ones that are fermenting, because the mods is going to detect it as grass, silage, hay, straw. Am I missing one there? I think I got them all. But as they're fermenting, they're considered grass. So if I put them into the barn's just going to take them in as grass bales. They're not going to ferment while they're inside the barn. They're just going to be in there as grass bales. So I got to wait for them to ferment into silage bales before we can go ahead and put them into the barn. But in the meantime, we got a lot of bales I can put in there. I got maybe like a trailer and a half of straw bales sitting down there, and we're going to have a whole bunch of silage bales to bring on down there too. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out the setup I want to do. Turn the beacons on, turn that off. I think if I can backwards tab, I'll go to my cloths, which it does. We'll drop that off there. So I think we're pretty much sitting... wait, I need the baler. That'd be good. We got to bale that straw. But we're still sitting at the same amount of money as I started the episode with. I mean, and we got a huge trailer. It's going to be fun using that. Like I said, I may have to upgrade the D8 in order for that to actually run. We'll see how it does. Let's get this baler on down. I do got grass in here. I'll convert over to straw, I do believe. And of course, all the bales to our left, all those are fermenting. So those will have to sit outside. Yeah, traffic in East Vineland. When they cross like that, you're just better off stopping. Even though you technically have the right of way according to the signs of the road, they're not going to stop. But all these bales, yes, fermenting over to silage. The silage sausage, I guess we'll call it, over in the contracting field, that one bale that's fermenting, that is almost fully fermented, so we can grab all those silage bales and bring them on over. Let's go ahead and put down the pickup. So someone did mention, and I kind of forgot about it, but there is one baler that will actually do the additive. And maybe in the future I'll swap this one out for that one. So if you go into bales, the only baler in-game that I see that does it is the Crone. So what am I talking about? You may be asking. Silage additive tank. You can add that to here. And what that does is, if you fill this up with silage additive, that'll add 5% to your yield. So that would be kind of good to have. But right now we can't quite afford that. We got other things that we need to put here on the farm. 25 meters should be good. Who's working? Looks like Frank is going to be there. Me and Frank don't really... our mojo doesn't kind of go too well together. Me and Francine, Frank Jr., Franco, we all seem to work good. Me and Frank, I don't know. We used to do so well together, but lately not so much. So this is a week contract we're doing. There are a couple other good contracts that have come up for harvesting, but they're all in the northeast, which is not the problem. The problem with those fields up there, and my setup with the header that we got, as we all know, sometimes can cause issues. The land up there is kind of wavy, and it gets very patchy for me, so I'm not going to bother doing those. But I am trying to cut back on the amount of contracts that we do. But it's so hard when you don't have no work to do on your own farm, and you're sitting there with this kind of contract in the face. And you know, like this one here, I think is going to pay me like $5 grand, but the amount of straw I'm going to get off it is going to be very nice. So that's what we're going to be doing it for. But I think I got you all caught up on what I did in between episodes, and of course, the big spending at the beginning. I really can't wait now to use that trailer just to see. I mean, that's 211,000 liters. That's quite a bit. I'm wondering if the T8 is going to even be able to pull it. probably should check today to see how much it's going to be to upgrade the engine in the TA. I think I got 2 upgrades I can go, so hopefully, you know, the next upgrade gets me over 400, but if not, you know, it is what it is. Not much we can do about it, but we'll have to look at it and see what we need to do there. And then, yep, we'll be putting down a bale barn down here by the pigs. And I could be selling some pigs. I got a lot of pigs now that are worth the $1,200, which I think is the max price that you can get for them. So if I need money, we can always sell some pigs, which wouldn't be too bad because we're getting a good amount of pigs in that pigsty now. And they're starting to go through the pig food rather quickly. I actually filled up the trailer and brought that over and filled up their feed trough with about 40,000 liters of pig food. And they're going through it really quickly. I got about 1 more trailer of pig food left in our production building. And let's see, we got about 2 more months until harvest time with the sugar beet. So, yeah, probably selling some pigs. Could do that. We'd get about maybe $20,000, maybe $30,000 worth of pigs today if we sold them. And we will use our animal trailer and get them delivered. Another topic I do want to bring up, this is like episode 76, and yeah, we're getting kind of close to the end of this series. I may sound to some people kind of shocking, like, what do you mean, we got a lot left to do? Yes and no. As for building up the farm, we just need a silo, the bale barn, like I said, hopefully going down today. And other than that, it's just buying more fields and expanding a little bit. And with the amount of money coming in, as it is, we're earning a lot of cash. Yeah, we're not that far from the end of the series. Because what I want to do, and we're not that far off as well as the first DLC from the year 2 pass of Farming Simulator will be coming out. They said early 2023, and here we are mid-February, so yeah, we're not far off from the next update coming up, or DLC, which has something to do with corn and baling. So, yeah, what I would like to do is when that does come out, I want to start on a new map. I have 1 map picked out for sure, so I mean, if it came out today and I wanted to start the series, I got a map ready to go. Well, not ready to go. I got a map I do want to play on and get started with it on that. So having 3 series of East Vineland, Solyndra, and the new map, if you will, yeah, that might be a little bit too much. So I don't know how many more episodes of East Vineland we're going to have. I mean, I'm going to say we're going to at least go up to at least 85, somewhere around there. And I can't see us going over 100 episodes. I kind of noticed, like on No Man's Land, once we got over 100 episodes, the views went down and not many people were watching it. You diehards were going at it and still enjoying it. Just as probably the same ones I would enjoy if I just kept on continuing here. But yeah, we're not that far off from being able to finish off this farm here and getting all the upgrades that we really, really need. Now, I did spend a lot of money on the pumps and hoses pack, which was, as a financial business sense, that was not the greatest thing to do, but I wanted to give it a try and show it off in case, you know, a lot of people, you know, saw the DLC, didn't know what it was really about. And, you know, I saw a few people just put out like 1 episode on pumps and hoses, which kind of like what I may have done as well. But yeah, in case you didn't know about it, you got to see pumps and hoses and how to use it. It's a little... I was getting the hang of it with a hose near the end, but trying to unreel it and getting it so didn't always take it off the pump wasn't the greatest. But I'm pretty sure once I use it maybe 1 more time here, maybe I'll get the hang of it. I think this wheat needs to go up to our sell point. Let me go ahead and click on this. Yeah, selling lodge. That's where it needs to go. Like I said, the baling contract, we're going to get paid about $13,000 for that. That is all done. I just got to pick up the bales and get them delivered to I'll Take It just to make sure. Some cultivating jobs are coming up that look kind of tasty and juicy, money-wise. But, yeah, I think there's going to be a focus on harvesting this field here. And then, of course, getting our grass field cut over by the sheep. And then sell some items just to get us enough cash to put down the bale barn. And then we'll stock our bale barn with the bales that we can. But see, we'll get $7,000 from this, 13. So there's $20,000 right there. And that's going to get us up to close to $140,000. So, yeah, we should have no problem affording the bale barn today. Actually, we'll turn off the T8. Don't want to be wasting any diesel. Yeah, so East Vineland will be wrapping down. It's not like it's going to be 2 or 3 more episodes. Like I said, maybe 10. At least 10 more. And we'll go from there. And if the update, the first phase of the Year 2 Pass comes out in between now and then I'll just have 3 series up and running. The good thing is I do have a map that's already out there and ready to play on. There's another map I am waiting to come out. I don't know how much longer before it comes out. I haven't seen it, but I've been in contact with the mod author themselves that's making the map. And there's another one that I haven't talked to him, but I'm kind of wondering if there isn't a map in the works. But that would be a long ways off from my understanding. You know, you hear things. I haven't talked to them directly, but I may get in contact with them. But I mean, I think from my understanding is it's just at the very beginning stages, and making maps for Farming Simulator, you know, good maps can take about 2 to 3 months, somewhere around there, depending on how much detail they want to put into it and how many hours they can work on it per day. But anywho, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and harvest this wonderful, wonderful wheat that we have here. I think any extra wheat that we get out the field, let's go ahead and feed to the chickens. Some of our chickens could use some regular grain. And luckily thing is, like I said, we just got delivered up to our sell point, so we are right there anyways. But let's go ahead and finish up this harvest here, get it delivered and collect on this, then we'll go get the bales down at the silage field at the other end, collect on that, and see where we stand money-wise on the bale barn. So we'll get that down today for sure.
Up and then you're gone. I fall for every word that you say to me. So hard, being drawn to you so easily. I am stuck in a loop of chemicals. What's the point of this? But I don't wanna be alone. I keep looking at my phone, but you never call me. And then I see you on the street, said your heart just skipped a beat, and that you miss me. It's always the same story with you, but I just cannot refuse you. I'm sad after this time that I'm out, that you leave me with this rush. Why am I so curious? So curious, so curious. So curious, so curious. You're afraid
full load of bales, but we'll go ahead and unload these so that way we can go get the silage bales off the contract field I need to finish. Let me turn off the autoloader, and we'll dump the straw bales right next to, well, the other ones, I guess. Pretty soon these will all be in a barn anyways. Drop those right here. But before I go pick up those silage bales, my combine and T8 are still running. So let me go down, and we got to transport that wheat on over to the sell point, and then I'll have to come back, or I might as well just bring the harvester back to the farmyard itself, and then I can unload it into the trailer up there, because that needs to go back. Turn the engine off here and jump right on out, and the tractor should stop almost right away. I hope I got grain left in here. I do. Because I don't know if you saw in the time lapse, but the first full load I brought on up with the grain trailer was 48% of the grain delivered. So this should get me up to, of course, 96% if everything goes right. And then, of course, remaining 4% in the combine. And then if I'm quick enough on the trigger, we'll feed the rest of the wheat to the chickens. Check for traffic. Beacons are still on. Yeah, we're not going to have a problem getting the money for the bale barn today. Like I said, it's actually $145,000, but I need $150 probably for maybe landscaping fees. Although I think I've flattened that area out pretty darn good before I put down the pigsty. And it's going to be right where the meat market once was. Ah, the good old meat market. It's a shame that didn't work out as well as I was hoping it would. But oh well, we're giving the pigs a go, and we're going to be selling some pigs. I don't know if I'll ever get to a full pigsty in this series, because it's going to be kind of hard to get enough pig food to feed that many pigs. But we'll just go ahead and feed them and sell them when needed. But now I'm really looking forward to the sugar beet harvest again, just because I want to be able to try that sugar beet cutter. Now, if you're wondering why don't I use that trailer to transport grain around, that trailer only holds sugar beet only. It's not like the other sugar beet cutter that we had, where it did cut up sugar beet, and it would take a whole bunch of other material. That one down there holds sugar beet only. So that's all it's going to be used for. Okay, somehow that completed the contract. That means the rest of the grain in the combine is ours. How did I go from 48% delivered on the first trailer load to getting it completely done? I don't know. I'm not going to ask questions. So let me go ahead and park this over here. And I'll bring the combine up here. We'll dump it into the trailer. Then the rest I'll just feed to the chickens. Getting to be a lot of machinery on this series here. Got to tab through a lot. So, I mean, I could put this into the grain mill to make flour. But really, we definitely need it for the chickens. So let's go back and feed the chickens a little bit of wheat. Alright, that's the rest of the grain into the trailer. And I was just checking out the stats of both chicken pens. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and give it to one chicken pen, because our fields, I think, are going to be ready tomorrow. Of course, I think I said that going from May to June. And here we are. Our fields won't be ready now until August. Good amount of eggs coming on in. As I snake around here. Let's go ahead and put this right on into here. Alright, they'll be happy. And now if I do back tab, yeah, it's perfect. Alright, let's go grab those silage bales in the other farmer's field. And I'm thinking also as well, at this point, the silage sausage, I guess. I'm thinking that one bale should be fully fermented, so I should be able to unwrap those and pick those up as well if I got room for them. Now, when I get over there, we're going to pick up all the bales off that field. But I don't want to deliver all of them, so I'm going to position the trailer when I get there just right, so we don't sell all the bales. We just want to get enough done for the contract. Well, it looks like I'm going to have a full trailer just from this field alone. But still, don't want to deliver it all. Trying to figure out, usually it's about a third of the bales off a field here for grass to silage will complete the contract. So if I can kind of calculate how many bales I made and just take 1/3 and deliver those, we should be fine. And of course you can kind of see the little bit of grass that was left behind from the baler. Yeah, it's just kind of weird. Going one direction, it picks up the entire swath. Going the other direction, it will not. I tried going east and west, and it does the same thing. It'll pick up the entire swath going one way, but going back the other way, it leaves a little bit behind. Of course, when you got a big field, that little bit can add up. I probably didn't have enough here for another bale. So when I was doing the contract, I pretty much emptied out the baler. And I said, yeah, I'll take my losses on it. Well, I wouldn't say losses. We gained so much on these silage contracts anyways. I mean, for what they pay and what we get to keep afterwards is so much. So 40 bales. So about 11 bales, in a sense, would complete the contract. Alright, so if it's 11 bales, that's 6. So about the first 2 rows. If I can get the first 2 rows on the trailer to go into the trigger, that might do it. So I'm just thinking if I do something like this. Alright, we'll see what that does. Alright, I sold a little bit more than I wanted to, but that's okay. Alright, let me go ahead and reset the baler, turn it back on. Get close enough, and there we go. So unfortunately, it was about 20 bales that I dropped off. But so I think it's more than a third of what we needed. But either way, got a little bit of extra cash for it. So now the 2 contracts are done. We'll collect on those in just a second. Let me go over here and we'll get the remaining of the bales out of the field. The bales won't disappear, but I always have the fear that they will. So let me go ahead and pick them up first. And then we'll go up to our sausage and see if those can be unwrapped. I think I checked that like at 8:30 in the morning when I was doing the contract in this field. And that one bale that was fermenting was at 98%. So I'm going to assume it's done. Let's go ahead and collect on these contracts here. So 13,000 for that one and 7,000 for that one. Well, that should be enough to buy ourselves a bale barn. Let me go ahead and see if these are ready to be stored as well. So all the bales on here are silage bales. These, if I can unwrap them, will be all silage bales. And these can all go directly right into the barn right away. Yep, so that one did ferment. So let's go ahead and unwrap them all. Yeah, so after using the Anderson wrapper for the first time, it was different, but do I prefer it? I prefer the setup that we got now. To me, it just seems more convenient. Wrapping up the way we did. It allows one bale size at a time. These are 240s. And these should be 240s. Maybe because one's wrapped and one isn't. I mean, I'm going to have to make another trip anyways, because I wouldn't be able to fit all the bales on the trailer. I could fit like another 15 bales on here, and I got more than 15 bales there. Alright, let's go back to the pigsty. Let's spend basically all of our cash to put down a barn. And we'll start storing our bales to make it look more tidy around there. Alright, so I got all the bales here, so I'll have to put the barn a little bit down further, but that's fine. We could possibly put a shed where all these bales are in the future, or I can just keep storing my bales there that need to ferment. This is actually in silos, so if you're looking for this on the Giants Mod Hub, it's under silos. And we'll just keep on scrolling down. There is one for round bales and one for square bales. That basically means, from what I remember testing, is that's the type of bale that comes out. So, like if I put down this square bale storage, I can bring round bales over and it'll take them. But when I take them back out, they'll be square. So I guess it all depends on what kind of trailer you have. Trying to remember which way I need to go with this, and I don't remember. And this thing is clicking everywhere. I forgot which way, because it's... Okay, so wait, the door's there, so that means the trigger is going to be towards the pigsty. As long as I leave myself room on both doors. Let me go around this way so we can kind of square it up. Not enough money. I got enough money because I went... Yeah, okay, so I got to go ahead and... There we go. It's funny how that does that. Doesn't reset. I don't know. Yep, there it is. There it is. Alright, so that's left us with 10,000. Now, I do believe I could use this as storage, but I actually thought that there was a barn door in the back, and there isn't. Oh, and you're not going to really be parking big things in here. This is for, like, smaller things. Really. I mean, it is storage, so that's fine. So, the bales will be going upstairs. Whoops. Open up that door there. And you can kind of see, I think that's... wait, which one's... Okay, that would be grass. I'll show you how many liters of grass you got. Of course, you got your hay. And, of course, you got your silage. And, of course, you got your straw. So, let's head back on downstairs. The trigger for taking them should be here somewhere. Now, let me just do a quick test. This is... Make sure it's fermented. Yes, it is. It is silage. And I think it's here somewhere. Alright, when in doubt, it's been about a month. I mean, pretty much when I started the East Vineland series when I tested this. Nope, it's got to be here. There we go. Alright, so I did it backwards, I think. Did I do it backwards? Okay, wait a minute. Is this where it goes in? That's where it goes in. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And this is where the bales will... this is where the bales will spawn. Alright, so now that I got it down of where they need to go. I wonder if this trigger will take them right off the trailer. Of course, I didn't make a straight run at this, so I'm not going to get that in there just right. Let me get this lined up correctly. Before I unload the bales onto the trailer. I don't want them falling off by turning. So we don't have straps on here. So, I won't be able to come in here with a full trailer. And we can see it taking him right away. But a full trailer, I'm not going to be able to come in here. So what I have to do is unload them from the side, like we've always been doing. But this will clear up our mess. Now, the only thing I'm going to try to do, there's certain bales I don't want to take. Let's get these straw bales stored. Actually, I should be able to drive through because it won't pick them on up. Yeah, the bales on the right and left are not going to be fermented, I believe. So now we'll just come over to here, and the good thing about this auto loader is when the bales go through, they're not actually, whoops, they're not actually unloaded. As far over I can go with it. I wonder what's going to happen to some of these bales. They're going to go flying. It's like, oh, they're not going to take them, but it was taking them slowly. And from what I remember, what does it hold? It holds a good amount, I do believe. 4 million liters, which... Okay, may sound like a lot, but it really isn't. I just realized that. Because these bales do hold a lot of liters into them. Okay, I don't want to be picking up the silage bales. Or the ones that are fermenting. Articulated trailers are not my friend. Let's see, turn that off, do that, and I should be able to drive through here and not pick up anything because I do have room for bales. Alright, it's not picking up anything. Good. Alright, let me get all this transferred over into the barn. And then I'll show you how it actually unloads. But I mean, you probably have a decent idea what it does. Well, it turns out if I just fast forward time a little bit, all the bales that were not quite fermented are now fermented. So now everything's going in that was over here. And I'm wondering how many liters I've actually gotten to this barn. Because the way silos work nowadays is not like it used to be in Farming Simulator prior to 22, to where it said, hey, if I hold 4 million liters, I meant 4 million liters of whatever you put in there, not a grand total. But so far, it's taken everything. And that has cleaned up the area nicely. Very, very nicely. So if I come over here now and I want to spawn a bale, triggers right here. So let's see here, straw. So it looks like we got 1,081,000 liters of straw, and silage we got almost 1.5 million liters. And good thing is nothing's showing up as grass. So you pick the material you want out: silage, straw, grass, or hay. But we just have silage or straw at this point. So yeah, we want silage to come out. And see, it says round bale. It'll spit out a round bale. So I don't know why it says red barn square bales. I could spit out a round bale if I wanted to. But you got a whole bunch of choices: square bale, round bale. How big? What's the big bale here? Square bale 2.2. 2.4 meters is, of course, 240 centimeters, which is a 13,000 liter bale. So that's what I want to spawn. We hit OK. And then it'll ask you how many bales you want to spawn. And I can spawn all 112 if I want, apparently. I don't know how that's going to spawn all 112 there. I think that'd be a mess. The reason why I say that, because when it spawns one, it spawns it right there. Oh, and it comes out as a pink foil. Wait, isn't there... I thought I had an option to also change silage. Hang on a second. Let's go back to... I mean, it doesn't matter what size bale. Just pick one. I thought it gave me the option what color I wanted to come out. Alright, so this come out as pink. I mean, that's fine. So let me grab these. We'll put them right back into the silage, or into the barn. And we are fine. But now we got ourselves a bale barn. And I got some stores down here, but not as big as I originally thought it would be. But that's fine. I wonder if my Big Crone M will fit in here. So like the Big Crone M could fit in here, the baler and the wrapper could probably all fit in here nicely. I think. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, but at some point, we'll have to decorate down here because it looks a little bland down here, doesn't it? So now the bales I got in this field over here, let me reset that and get going. We just got to put these aside for about 3 months. We can't put them right into the barn, like I said before, because technically they're grass bales. So yeah, even though they're wrapped and fermenting, the barn's just going to take whatever they currently are and store them that way, and that's it. So we don't want to make sure, got to make sure we don't put these into the barn. So I am just kind of curious because I do got that mod. I forgot what it's called, but the title will be at the top when I go over it. Time-saving stock check mod. That's what it's called. Where's our silage? So it says this. So actually, we got 2 million liters of silage in storage. Oh, that's because I got those bales over there in the contract field I haven't picked up yet. It's counting those. So currently, right now, I could get $300,000 for the bales if I sold them directly right now, or if we wait until January, we can max out at 383. Now, the other thing I want to bring up, because someone's going to say is I'm spending money, we want to buy another sugar beet field. We should be able to do it with the compost. As you can see, in September, we have enough compost. We should get about 400 grand for that. And looking at the fields, as I was before I started recording, field number 7, we should be able to afford that by then easily because that's only 429,000. So we should be able to afford that. But if we have more money, there's field 61, which is sugar beet, I do believe currently. That is, wait, is that? Yeah, field 61, farmland. So that goes for 810,000. And right now, apparently I don't have any discount with Evelyn. And the other field is field number 67. Gina Hartman, that one goes for just under 600,000. But as every time I reload the game, these owners change. And the discounts I earned with those farmers are going to change. So, but that gives you a rough idea. So, yeah, we should have enough money just by selling the compost. And, of course, we got a couple months of income coming in from our solar panels and the fuel refinery, wind turbine. And we're also making methane energy. We'll be doing a couple more contracts, I'm sure. There's a couple good fields here, like the one to our left that is ready for harvest. I wouldn't mind getting some straw off there. Of course, we can always sell our straw at any time. We got 1 point some odd million liters of it. But all these bales here that I'm picking up, I got to make sure I don't put these into the barn. Just got to place them where we picked up the other ones, so these can ferment. I got my other grass field I got to take care of as well. That's a small field. I may start doing that at the beginning of the next episode or what have you. But yeah, I really can't wait to actually use that big grain sugar beet trailer. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna put these up the rest of these in between episodes. But where is my T8? Right here. I'll take the grain trailer with us because I just want to see how much it's going to be to upgrade the engine. I don't remember. It's been a while since we looked at it. I know we got 2 more upgrades we can go. So just in case this cannot manage when it comes time to the sugar beet harvest, if it cannot manage that grain trailer and cutting it on up, I don't think it has anything to do with maybe cutting up the sugar beet. It may be having to do because you're trying to haul 211,000 liters of material. It's too bad that our Mack truck doesn't have a trailer hitch on the back. I had to double check on that. So if we were to come in here, T8, I'll repair it while I'm here. I got a little bit of cash. Customize. So it's 351. We can get it up to a 381 for 15,000, a 409 for 29, or 435 for 42 grand. All right. I mean, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with it. Let's leave this right here for now. But yeah, we'll see what happens when it comes time. It is September, right? I hope they got my days or months correct for harvesting sugar beet. Sugar beet, there it is. Sugar beet is actually in October. So that gives us a little bit of leeway. So we got plenty of time to buy a field. Our fields of wheat and barley should be ready next month because we planted them in March, not in the fall. And our corn field doesn't really matter too much other than I am getting kind of low on cracked corn. But this is going to be very, very helpful. Instead of making 30 trips over to the fuel refinery with sugar beet, it's going to be like 3 trips. It's a matter of, I got to be careful where I put sugar beet in the future, because moving this around could be kind of tricky. Could be very, very tricky. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in East Vineland. But until then, have a good one.